guys. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about a little bit about just what I've been observing about the enemy and the narcissist, and how the enemy really is the ultimate narcissist, in that the way he moves is all coming from a narcissistic point of view. It's based in competition and comparison and jealousy. Like, all of his actions are rooted in a sense of competition and a sense of jealousy. So he spreads that in the people who follow him too. He spreads that in his children, and the people that you see acting from that narcissistic place are really emulating the enemy in the way that he is. And what I get is that he basically signifies our ego, the egoic part of ourselves that compares ourselves to other people instead of rising above that. Instead of, it's kind of like a separated consciousness. It comes from a sense that everyone is your competition and that you're always competing. So it's this really yucky vibe of envy. And it really spoils whoever gets in that energy, like whoever takes that on. I've been noticing it manifesting a lot in my life, and I'm feeling like even when I'm not in competition with anyone around me, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just going to the grocery store. I'm just going to do like my normal basic errands for the day. Like, I see people looking around and they don't even smile at me. Like, so many people in this town don't even smile. They just like give you dirty looks, and it's because they're sitting there comparing themselves. They don't see each other as like a community of people. And some people do. There are some really great people obviously around that see each other as like extended family, like, like we're all in this together. And I love meeting those kind of people, but I'm seeing more and more of the other kind of person who, and I don't know, especially since I moved to Jacksonville too, but I'm seeing people giving me dirty looks. I'm seeing them like just not even smile, not even like acknowledge me, or if they do, it's like this feeling of competition. So, I think that's where the issue lies, is like you're not seeing each other as together in this world, like, as a sense of community. And the only community that you see in the narcissist's way is just like they're all kind of in the same mindset, and so they all like hang out with each other. But if there's a foreigner or an outsider who brings up, who they think displays something that's greater than what they have inside, then they all gang up against that one person. They all say that one person is the problem, instead of looking at what that person is bringing up inside of them that makes them feel insecure. So as soon as they feel that intimidation, as soon as they feel that threat to their system, they all gang up and try to take that person out and say that person is now the problem. And in psychology, that's called scapegoating. So a narcissist will always scapegoat the individuals that are a threat to their system, to their way of life. And then they will gang up together, and they'll actually get closer to each other in a sense of camaraderie, in a sense of that they got my back. Like, they'll kind of, what draws them close to each other is having one target that can make them all feel united against that one target. And that's basically the premise of their friendships and relationships. And I've seen this in every area of life. I've seen this in workplaces. I've seen this all over the place. This is just the way that the mind of the narcissist works. And it sucks right now that I feel like I'm wrapped up in the mind of a narcissist. And right now it feels like it's on a cosmic level, like basically the greatest narcissist of them all is the enemy, is Satan. So I'm getting a look into the workings of Satan and how his mind operates. And this is exactly how his mind operates. if you exhibit qualities that are a direct threat to him, if you exhibit qualities that he admires, that he feels that he doesn't have, then he has to take you out. He has to put you down. He has to accuse you of things that you didn't even do. Then he has to get a bunch of people together to team up against you and say that you're the problem, when really the only problem is that he's intimidated by your success. The only problem is that he can't be happy for you, and he can't get healing for himself, and he can't go after the things that he wants in a positive fashion. And when he sees you going after the things that you want in a positive fashion, he's got to go and spoil that. That's why you've got destiny polluters, destiny spoilers, destiny robbers, because what are this bunch of destiny robbers, polluters, and spoilers basically all, what do they all have in common? They all have in common that they are all jealous. They all want to spoil the goodness that God has put in your life. They all want to either tarnish it, they want to make it smell bad, they want to put a yucky stench on your goodness. They want to steal it from you. They'll find a way to steal and rob you through different tactics and tricks. And they've got tons of them from what I'm seeing. I'm entrenched in the enemy's world right now, and I'm seeing what he's about, and I'm seeing his mindset. His mindset is one of envy, and he can't see that. He doesn't understand that he's threatened by good things in other people's lives. He's threatened by beauty. He's threatened by whatever he thinks he doesn't have. The way out of that is for him to see, I'm threatened. Like when I see her doing well, I feel threatened. I feel that I don't have those things, and it makes me feel insecure. So everyone who thinks this way, the narcissist, if they could only just say like, wow, she's doing really good, like, and I feel like I'm not, maybe I should do something in my life that would help me get to that level, instead of seeing this person as my competition or trying to hold this person back, delay. Like the enemy delays things in our lives. The enemy does these things to hold us back, delay. Witchcraft is basically trying to delay someone's destiny, trying to delay someone from moving forward. Why would you delay them from moving forward? Because when you see them moving forward, it brings up something deep inside of you that's like, no, I don't want that person to exceed. I don't want that person to excel. No, they can't move forward. They're not allowed, So I'm going to stop them. I'm going to put up some roadblocks, just like that Nintendo game. I'm going to stop this person. If I can't, it pains them to see forward motion in people because they feel stuck. They feel behind. They feel stagnant. They feel inadequate. They feel insecure. So when they see people moving forward in life and excelling, that is the biggest threat to their existence. So again, it's that you're a classic hater. It's basically, that's what the enemy's camp consists of, is a bunch of haters. But they can't see that about themselves, and so they just hang out with each other and keep validating each other's insecurities by making one person the problem, or whoever's doing well is basically the problem. And they will gang up on that one person and find all their faults, point out all their faults that half the time are not even true. Right now I'm surrounded by a bunch of strangers who are determined to find faults in me. Why? Because they're so determined to bring down what they deem to be better. They're so determined to find those little cracks in your personality, cracks in who you are. And if they can't find those things, they will create those things. If they can't find in you what they want to see, the faults that they want to see, they will do everything in their power to create those faults by setting you up, by putting different things in your life that cause you to act out and behave in a certain manner, because they want to see you a certain way. They want to see you as the enemy. They want to see you as the one that has the faults, because then they don't have to look at their own faults. You see, this whole entire game of the enemy and of everybody who's on the enemy's team is because these people don't want to look at their own faults. Okay, that that right there is the biggest takeaway, the biggest lesson of all of what the narcissist is about. And we have to understand that. We have to understand that as the person who's trying to like do well and succeed and doesn't understand why all this stuff is coming against us. Why are we getting all this pushback? Why can't they just be happy for us? Because they've been refusing to look at themselves. And if they can do that, everything would change. Everything. So yeah, I'm pausing on that because that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. We blame ourselves often when we're getting all this resistance. We think that it's something with us. They want us to think that it's something with us because, again, they don't want to look at themselves. They want us to feel like we are the problem, but really the only problem, and there's not really even any problem actually, because the only problem is that they carry too much shame on the inside to look at where it needs to be fixed and healed. And if they could, do the STEP program, do like a, recovery program, like anything like that, like the first thing that you conquer when you do any kind of recovery program is you conquer your shame. Because shame is what keeps you from going inside, is what keeps you from looking into what insecurities do I have? Like, is that person who's doing really well over there? Why am I feeling insecure with them? Why do I feel like I have to make them less of who they are so that I can feel better about who I am? Right? Why do I have to do that? Why can't I see them and like see that they're doing well and then use that as inspiration? Like, wow, that's cool. Like, she must have worked for some of what she has. Like, I wonder what her journey is like. To be curious. How did that person get where they are? I wonder what I could do in my life to do that, to set myself up for that kind of success. Maybe she had a really hard story. Maybe she wasn't always that way. Maybe she had to work really hard for it. And when you assume that a person didn't have to work for what they had, you just assume that they just are always so lucky and you're always so cursed, then you're going to have the story wrong. You're never going to allow yourself the room to grow into the person that you want to become. And if you see someone doing well, you should take that as inspiration. You should say like, cool, I like some of what she's doing. I want to adopt some of that in my life. Like, we can all take little things from each other. We can all, but in a healthy way. Not literally taking from each other, but in a healthy way, we can look at things that we like about each other and try to emulate that in our own lives. And that's the healthy way to look at competition. The narcissist is displaying a very unhealthy way of competition, of the solar plexus, I'm going back to my new age terms, but that's the solar plexus is the part of us that's like our chakra right in the center, and our diaphragm, and that's where we shine, but also where if we have a sense of healthy competition versus unhealthy competition. So we really want to try to have healthy competition. We want to see people as, oh, if people are doing well around me, oh, like that's cool. Like, how can I do more of that? How can I work hard and like have what they have, or how can I think of new ways to put my hair, or whatever it is, like whatever quality it is. And if it's kindness, because a lot of people in my life, things that they've picked on about me is my joy or my kindness. And that has come from, I think, lifetimes of struggle. And so I have a natural sense of compassion that just developed in my character, and that it'll develop in each person's character as they progress. And joy is something that you can cultivate. You can do things that make you happy, that actually bring you a sense of joy. You can heal like your wounds. You can talk to a counselor and get all the pain out. And it doesn't matter how deep your wounds are. It doesn't matter how much you've been through in your life, because there is a counselor for everybody. There are counselors who work with satanic ritual abuse, who specialize in that. So there's nothing out of the realm of what a counselor can provide or help with. So if people would just be willing to look within and to do the work, they would unravel all these knots inside of them that have just gotten them so like stuck, and have gotten them so stuck in a place of envy, to the point where they're literally destroying the lives of others and their own lives. Like, envy can be a very dangerous thing to have. It's not, oh, like, you know, she's just jealous. Like, no, it's, I have learned that envy is one of the most dangerous emotions, that if you don't treat it, can literally kill you and yourself and others. Like, it is dangerous. And so you really want to look at where you have envy in your life and ask yourself why, and ask yourself where is that coming from? How can I, and then what do I admire about that person? How can I just become more like them? How do I move forward in my own life so I can stop trying to hold other people back in their lives? Because that doesn't make sense. Like, if I'm in a race, like, it doesn't help me to try to trip the person beside me. It helps me to train more so that I can run faster in my race. That's a fair race. Nobody wants to watch a race that's like rigged and unfair, and you know, the person who won for first place tripped the people behind them, and so they had no way of winning. They would be disqualified in that race. And the people in the enemy's camp don't understand that they are disqualifying themselves when they are tripping the people that they think are in front of them. They're literally disqualifying themselves from God's race. So it's not helping you get ahead. Like, even though you might think that it is, you think that you're doing so well for a while, but you're actually setting yourself up to later. The referee is going to come over, that referee being Jesus, and say, you're disqualified. You might think that you won all these things, but no, you didn't win anything. You're disqualified. Give me back that gold medal. Give me back your rewards, because you didn't do it the fair way, like you were supposed to. And that's something big that we're all learning today, like right now as a collective in these times. So I really felt the need to come on and share that with you guys today, and I hope you got something out of it. Thank you.